So fear is a bad feeling. Usually comes because you feel danger or pain or harm. And it can be intense and it can affect your behavior. It can make you violent. From my personal experience, fear harmed me psychologically and physically. And because of that, because I lived with fear for a long time, because of my thoughts, my worries, I decided to do something crazy. I decided to go to the fear and look him in the eyes. So all this started with Joe Dispenza. I will not talk about Joe Dispenza now, but he was saying that if you want to change your life, you need to overcome fear. And recently I noticed that I think a lot about the past, I worry about the future, and also I'm having some difficulties in my present, which I will not talk about now. It is very cold and... here is... Dobro došli. We need to get all those stairs up. But they're covered in snow. And this is exactly what I was doing to manage my fear. I was doing very well at the beginning. But as time passed by, I started feeling that my will is getting weaker and I just can't overcome my thoughts as much as I used to do at the beginning. And I noticed that in Joe Dispenza's events, he makes something that makes people challenge their fear by jumping from a high place or something like that. And they need to feel that they surrender. They need to trust the unknown.
See, Teresa, here the parked cars.
Yeah, but it's very steepy. Look, we came from down here. I noticed recently something called the cave, and this happens when you start feeling, you think about the past, you worry about the future, you feel tired most of the time. There are other symptoms that I don't have, such as depression or anxiety. And as I didn't come out of the house for many years now, so I thought, okay, now it is the time for me to go out. I have a lot of fear of heights, of cold, of snow, of mountain roads that are very narrow and curvy all the time and can go so steepy up and so steepy down. Knowing myself, I know that I'm scared of many things, such as elevators. If there is something in the 9th floor, I prefer to go on foot and not take the elevator. Also in Egypt, for example, when we had something like a fun fair and you have a ticket that allows you to use as much games as possible, I usually gave it to anyone because I wasn't interested in anything that is flying or rotating. We are walking from the bus to the hotel. I'm really a big chicken and I'm so scared of such stuff, but on the other hand, I can travel, I can meet new people, I love to discover new things. I have no issues when it comes to such adventures. But when it comes to heights, to snow, cold, I'm someone who was not designed to be in a cold weather, so it is for me very difficult. Even when I was in Cairo, in Egypt, I was very cold there, although most of the Egyptians were not. التلج مخيف جدا. Oh my gosh. So I decided, okay, I will just face all my fears and I will take myself out of the house and I will do this. And the question that kept popping up in my head, why am I doing this to myself? Especially when we were in the middle of the road with the bus going up the mountain, and the mountain road was like a zigzag and It was very difficult, lots of turns, it's very high. So there was a lot of struggle with myself at that moment. Why am I doing this to myself? Why I just didn't stay home? And then I remember that I need to surrender and just let go, and whatever happens, happens. I don't need to control everything. I need to surrender to the unknown. Once I started getting such thoughts, I was able to look out of the window, although we were like really high. But in other times, the fear took over me again, and I was feeling as if I will faint. My heart was beating so fast. And yeah, it was not an easy experience. And at the end of the bus trip, because the bus was shaking so much, I felt like I need to go to the toilet urgently. And it became an emergency, and I told Domer, like, I need to, okay, once we arrive in the hotel, I will tell them that first thing I need a toilet. And at that moment, I had great regret. Why did I really do this to myself? Why did I put myself in such a situation? When we were going up in the bus, my ear was blocked at some points, as if I'm riding an airplane, and this made me more scared. So I had these thoughts like, okay, I feel I can't control myself anymore. I need a toilet as soon as possible. Once I get off this bus, I will just ask for a toilet the first thing. And once I finished the bus trip and I just put my foot outside, all those feelings disappeared. And of course, Damer was stressed as well, because I was stressing him with this toilet thing. And but I told him, no, it's okay, no need to hurry, I'm fine now. I think the most important thing when it comes to overcoming fear is that you break the line between you and the fear, and you stare to him in his eyes. Once you face the fear, you will feel better afterwards. But now I'm starting to think, okay, so am I going to do this again? What is the point of keeping facing my fears? So I can see like people here in Croatia, they are used to the snow. But as you can see, this woman, she's still struggling with walking on the snow, right? In addition to this, the reason why I came is also to start working on my book. Maybe the title will be The Unknown Story of My Mother. And I decided to write it in English because I already have 3 books in Arabic, and although my 3rd book, Love Surfing, was in Arabic, and it's documenting my journey to find love and my life partner between the Arabic world and Europe. The topic is daring, but with this book, I felt that I need more space of freedom, so I thought it's better to write it in English. This is the difficulty of writing a memoir, when you write real events that happened. My mother's life story. The first time we arrived, to be honest, we didn't do nothing. We just had lunch. The weather was so cold outside. So I took mushroom soup, and Damer, although he brought food with him because he's vegan and he didn't expect to find anything vegan for him in this hotel, but he ended up ordering fries and salad. In Zagreb, down this mountain, it's not that cold. So yeah, the first day we didn't do anything meaningful, but the idea for me is not that I came here to do something concrete, but just to, as I said, get out of my head and change my thoughts and my life. And the way to that is to stare to the eyes of fear. People come to this area to ski, to enjoy the snow. It is not as high as Mountain Everest, but it's very famous here in Croatia. It's called Medvednica mountain or Sljeme. People are used to coming here to hike. And I did hike before, but that was when it's summer. I never thought of coming to this area when it's freezing cold, because I don't like cold. When I look at the trees, I feel as if I'm in a horror movie. Breakfast today was very beautiful. There were fried eggs, there were sausages. I didn't eat sausages for more than maybe 20 years. Something called in Croatian hrenovke. I also had salad, olives and cheese. As I'm coming out of many diets over the past years, I thought I will not think about nothing. I will not think if this is organic or not, where did it come from, how it was made. I'll just give myself a break and relax. But what I liked is that, for example, I found bread that is full grain. It has flax seeds or sunflower seeds. I also found green tea. Who could have imagined green tea on top of a mountain? Now we are going to the bus. The bus didn't come, so we need to find an alternative. This is the alternative. We did it. Oh, but it's like shaking.
No, just when we started.
Oh my god!
Now we are starting. Take off.
Lord!
No,
Oh my god!
See, nice and smooth and quiet.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but the beginning was difficult. So like if I take this many times, I will not be afraid.
Yes, but you have to take it before you start being afraid again. Because when I was practicing this jump that I was afraid of, so I jumped and then I didn't for a few weeks and then I was afraid again. And then I went and in the same day I jumped, pushed back, jumped, pushed back, jumped. Like in the same day I did the same thing 10 times. And then I didn't feel like tensioned.
Yeah, but actually now I'm thinking it's like this, like a full adventure. Oh, he's going now down so much.
Yeah, because now it has to end.
Oh my god. But I hope the slope is not so steepy.
Oh, it looks very stupid.
Domer, are you scaring me?
No, I'm just saying how it is. Oh, look, the wind. We are shaking left and right.
Don't scare me.
No, I'm just noticing. It never happened before.
Don't.
No, it didn't. Never noticed before. There's nobody.
Actually, after I tried the Shahrى, I think it's not that scary. And I can take it again, this Shahrى. So, coming back from this experience, I can tell you now that it was a great decision. I feel revived. I feel that my thoughts are better. I'm physically better. I'm more active. But I also realized that facing fear is a continuous journey. I need to come back to fear, because if I don't come back to him, he will come to me, and he will not let me be. I also want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, because soon my documentary, The Scrapbook of Life, will be premiered, and it's documenting the beginning of my journey, trying to understand life and live it to the best possible way through people who are living life through their own faith or belief. And see you in a coming video.